Hello everyone, I am back. This morning I woke up and I looked at my YouTube channel and I had like 30 views, which is a lot for me because I've been trying to get something to record things and make little videos for since I can remember. But nothing ever worked. I remember when I was around 10 years old, I recorded little gameplay videos, um, and nobody saw them. But it's fine, because when I watch them back, I cringe so hard. I'm almost glad that I only got about 4 views a video, if I was lucky. I also got a comment on my last video about AI, and even though it was kind of a negative comment, I still appreciate it, and I still appreciate the person who sent the comment because um that's like the first comment I've ever gotten on any one of my YouTube videos ever. Um so yeah. Um I guess I'm still sort of trying to find my niche on here. Um I do like the vlogging, kind of sitting in front of the camera and talking, but I do want to know if you guys would like to see me like do something while I speak. um Originally I was going to paint. I tried coloring, but then I realized you guys would just be looking at the top of my head like this and just seeing my hair. Um, I was going to try, I have little, wooden mushrooms that I paint on. I didn't know where they went though. I had looked around and I just couldn't find them. So, yeah. Um, I do want to know if you guys, like this format or, um, prefer maybe a different one. Things I probably wouldn't do, like I don't think I'd like play games or anything like that because I just use the camera app on my computer for this. It's super easy to do for me. I just turn on my camera and choose a topic or just whatever is on my mind. And then I just talk and talk. Which was the idea for this channel, which is why I started it. I actually started it because I was talking to my counselor and I told her, I was like, I feel like I have so many ideas and like things I want to say, but I don't want to bother anyone else in my life with it. So then she told me, start a YouTube rant channel. She told me I should do this, and I did. I also have seen other people. My cat is being very loud. I've also seen other people do similar things to this. So I wouldn't be the only one doing it. I feel like if I was the only one doing it, I'd probably feel embarrassed for just talking in front of the camera. I don't really know what to talk about. I feel like I got a lot of, like the one topic I was planning on talking about, um, kinda out of my brain. Like the first, video I had planned was like intro and then why I hate AI and why I stopped using it. And, um, I wanted to record something today. I um was really excited to record, but I just didn't know what to record or what to talk about. Finals week, I guess, has came and went. I I probably bombed my social studies final because I'm really bad at that class. Um we study a lot of geography in that class, which obviously. but we did have a part about religion, which has always interested me. We had a unit on religion. Um, and different religions around the world have always interested me. I am agnostic. Um, I have at one point been a Christian. Um, but I've always just been agnostic. Um, and there was this assignment we had to do, not for the final, but just for the class, about like we had to like make this world map where we'd like color in the different parts of the of of it, and then different colors were different religions. Like purple was like Catholic, and like blue was like Orthodox, or yellow was Muslim. um I'm just giving examples. um I've always kind of been fascinated of with like the history of certain parts of the world, specifically Africa and the Middle East and the Persian world, like places like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, the United Arab Emirates, Sudan, those parts of the world, also some parts of Europe. I've always been interested in history, and I can practically recite like the first like quarter of Genesis, because religion around the world has also interested me. So um like I've always wanted to learn more about like Christianity and Judaism and uh Islam and like Buddhism, Hinduism, just all the different religions, um and how they work and their teachings, which is why I was reading the Bible, and which is why I now know why the three Abrahamic religions are called Abrahamic. And it's because in Genesis, Abraham was portrayed as and was a very, very theistic man. He was very like godly. Um I've read part of the Bible. I have a copy of the Quran over on my shelf over there. Um, because I guess religions and also geography has always interested me. I um I also in that same class we had a unit on immigration. Not that I'm gonna get into the whole immigration situation right now, but we had to memorize the theories on them, and he had us the teacher had us like role play as different like people trying to get into the country. He had like 6 people who would go up to the front of the class, and I was one of them. And on my slip of paper, because he told me that we could he told us that we could say anything other than what was on the slip of paper we couldn't go against. So like I was on my slip of paper said that I was a Haitian woman. And the class could only choose one person to get in, and they did not choose me because we were, I think it was called Ellis Island, and if you don't know, it was hard for a single woman to get in without a man in like 1919 or 1912 or something. I don't remember. But my the person I was role playing as was fleeing a dictatorship because Haiti was a dictator back then, and people fleeing dictatorships, they got a higher chance of getting in. Um, I I think the best test I did on, or the test I did best on, Jesus Christ, was my English final because it was on To Kill a Mockingbird. And not only do I love that book, like I really love that book, I also love reading, and I love analyzing what I read, and I also love to write. I've been a writer since I was like 8-ish, not like an actual author, but I've just always been like writing. Um I remember last year I had to do final of about Of Mice and Men, which I also did really good on. I guess I'm just kind of fascinated in 1930s literature, um or books set in that time. But it's not because of the stories. It's mostly because of the en- etymology. Because if you read it, you know that, like, you realize that they say and they spell words very differently. They have kind of a different dialect of English. Um, Even just 100 years ago, words like have to were spelt hafta, HAFTA, instead of split into two words, have to. Um, they back then, I guess, would write things in their books and in their stories just from, I guess, the two books from back in those time periods that I've read. Even though it's not very much, I've still, even though it's not very, I haven't read very much of that kind of literature, I've still picked up on this, that they write things like we say them, like um in their books back then, or books set in that time period, they write the dialogue. I especially noticed this with Of Mice and Men, how they wrote the dialogue like the characters would repeat themselves a lot. Um like we do, like an actual human does. If you're reading a book um today, you realize that the characters, they don't repeat themselves a lot. But if you read Of Mice and Men, you realize that they say, like, in every piece of dialogue, they talk like an actual person instead of like a, a character, if that makes sense. I guess I kind of just realized that. And I don't know if that's a writing style, like what writing and literature looked like back then, or if that's etymology. Um, but I don't know. That's always kind of interested me. Um, which is why I've also had kind of a thing for like classic literature. I guess the one kind of book I won't read is technical books. That's boring. That's boring. I don't care really about like technical books. Like, if I want to learn about something, I guess I just go to the internet. Um but I guess, like, I also don't um have very many skills that I would need a handbook for, or I don't want to learn many skills that I would need a handbook for. Like, I used to want to be a programmer, but you can just learn all that off of YouTube. Um, so yeah, I've never really wanted to learn a skill that requires, um, like a book. Um, I also really like just literature in general and books, even just like storybooks. Um, I like experimental books and just experimental things in general. Like this. This is House of Leaves. I'm really bad with keeping those little covers on, so it doesn't have the cover on it right now, but I do have the cover. Well, like the little plastic thing that goes around the hardback. I don't know what it's called, but I don't have it on right now. But oh my god, this book is crazy. Like some of these pages are just insane. Like this. Look at this. My camera's not picking it. Look at this. Um, or this. Some of it's in different languages. Um, sometimes it just has like things that just don't make sense. And the main character in this book goes on tangents like I go on tangents. It's insane. Well, anyways, I think that's where I'm going to end the video for today. See you guys in my next upload, and bye.